So it's come down to this, a season of highs, a season of thrills, and the coronation countdown clock is now down to its final digit. A single point, that's all that's needed, but the folk who have followed them up and down the land won't be satisfied with that. They're already looking at further glories that lie ahead, and for that, the least they are demanding is that their favourite sons wrap things up in style here. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. Well, Jim Becklin, you're pretty well qualified to comment on a game of this type.
Well, they may have the luxury.
He's got tall! That's a half-decent try.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Andreas Pereira.
We've seen a few flyers over time, Peter, but this one is eerily reluctant.
You mean Dennis Bergkamp, of course.
Yeah, what a brilliant operator. I mean, his levels of skill and technique and imagination are just textbook, and sometimes off the scale. He won't back down in a challenge either.
Adama Traore. Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. That's been cut out, well played. Nicely weighted ball. It's a sweet ball, that. Kubo. Kenny. Oh, the ball's gone astray. He's going for goal! He's got away with one there. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. And that's going right the way across. And it's Adama Traore. Fiddles it through. Vinicius Junior going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Now it's Wilson. Anderson calmly anticipates. Leno getting this one clear. Haaland! Haaland! That is brilliant! Well, there's your superstar!
Yeah, surprise, surprise. You knew he had to have his say at some point, and he's gone and done just that. What a fantastic player. Just fantastic. Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Haaland is currently top scorer in the league. They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Oh, look, this is just what the fans wanted, and now that they're celebrating the opener, I think they'll want to see their team make all the running from here. Andreas Pereira really added the width there, thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Lukic. Spread out to the left. Vinicius Junior. Oh, it's Bebeto.
Oh, that's such a good run. More of that, please.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Now it's Jimenez. That's a nicely measured pass. Andreas Pereira unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Haaland. Kubo. He's shifting. Kubo! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Kubo really has just learned a lesson there. Your focus cannot lapse, even slightly.
Now it's Andreas Pereira. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Driven forward, and he's intervened well there. Robinson. Andreas Pereira. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. That's played into space. Well timed, excellent interception. Haaland has found the net here, of course. Passing is crisp and sharp. Tete. Adama Traore.
There will be 1 minute.
And the keeper's got it again. That is a great, real chance! And we've reached half-time. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Leading 1-0 at the break. There's the start of the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Bergkamp, somewhat off target. Can he get it through? Pinches it off him. Lukic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Andreas Pereira. Wilson in acres of space out wide. Can he? Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Kubo, who's set up one goal so far. Wriggles his way through. Anderson wins the duel this time. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Fulham are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to...
He rises! Oh, taken with style! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser!
And it's another really good show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten.
Great header, made it look easy.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Raul is right up in the top 10 scorers in the league.
The attendance for this match
Fulham
was
grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equals.
Hits one! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Substitution in progress.
And we have our very first corner. They've played it short. Turns and goes back. Chance! Yes, it's there! Into the lead once more.
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Tete. Wilson, and he's been shifted off it.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Oh, that's ambitious. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Really was just waiting to pounce on any slip-up, and he was gifted a chance.
Wilson. Now Kearney. And Wilson. Now it's Jimenez. He's looking wide.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example. Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
The changes then in quick succession. Robinson. Now it's Haaland. Haaland! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's just front foot enforcement. Pressure leads to mistake, leads to chance.
And it's Iwobi. And he's managed to get free. Now it's Berger. Oh, that's fabulous. Great hit! So close to drawing level.
Raúl Jiménez appears to be absolutely seething with himself after squandering the chance to equalise.
Gets his pass away. Now it's Iwobi.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And Bebeto!